Hey everybody, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Leo. I am so sorry, you guys. I left you off of last night's live, and so I will do it right now, and I will post it for you. We're going to start with this Mary El Tarot and find out what we have for Leo, but first let's say a quick blessing, all right? Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. All right, Leo, what do we have for you today and for this week? I got the Three of Swords coming out on its side. This is somebody who's contemplating an ending, a final ending of some sort. This could be contemplating a breakup, contemplating what you want to do, how you want to end something. There's this energy of someone who, I've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse indicates a failure in a partnership, or not failure, but a dissolution of a partnership. This can feel like all of the love has drained out of a connection that you once had. This could be with a friend or with a romantic partner. This can be in business. I'm not sure. But there's someone here who understands that things are going to be better for everyone once you let this situation go. I think this is your feeling, Leo. And I have the Hermit in the reverse. This is somebody who wishes that they made different choices in the past, perhaps with who they'd aligned themselves with. Perhaps this is someone who's grown a lot, or they're in a time of their lives where they're growing a lot, where they're seeing things from higher perspectives, where all of a sudden they're saying, you know, I think I can let go of this because I think there's something more important for me. You're someone who's trusting in a higher power to help you navigate this situation. You're someone who doesn't see a lot of growth and potential with the current situation. And I think you're trying to make smart as well as, just very conscientious choices here. I have the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles can be the energy of juggling more than one person at a time, or it can be this energy of, honestly, with this specific Two of Pentacles in regards to this Mary El Tarot, like when we're talking about a love reading, and this is kind of taking a turn towards that direction. It kind of feels like someone who has been having someone else on their mind for a long time, and they've kind of been living like a dual existence, kind of like a three-dimensional versus fifth-dimensional kind of life, where you're fulfilling the status quo on a daily basis, but in the back of your mind, they've been like more than daydreaming. You've kind of been thinking very heavily about another person and what it would be like if you were with them instead of this situation. Kind of like that. It feels like it's more mental or energetic than physically having done this. I don't know that you necessarily are juggling more than one person, but you're juggling the idea of more than one person. How's that? All right, now I have the Six of Swords that comes out on its side. There's someone here who's considering a relocation. The Six of Swords can be a physical relocation. It's definitely moving on from someone mentally, even physically, but there's someone here who's just contemplating. It feels like these are just thoughts that you're having, Leo. I see that there has been kind of this draining out of the love or the support or the tenderness or something in this relationship that you're currently in, and I see that you're kind of questioning the alignments that you've made with this person in the past, and that you're kind of envisioning a different future for yourself, but I'm not sure you're entirely ready to take like the concrete steps it's going to take to actually change this. Let's look. I have the Ten of Swords. Yes. The Ten of Swords is the minor arcana of the Death card, but it's also an indication of, like, for me as a reader, whenever it comes out on its side in this particular grouping, it feels like kind of the on again, off again relationship, or something that you've been knowing was coming for a long time, and you've kind of been putting it off. It's like pulling the band-aid off slowly kind of energy. Feels like you've given it one try after another, after another, after another. I have the Ten of Cups that comes out on top of the Ten of Swords. Tens indicate cycles of completion. I have the Ten of Cups on its side. You could have shared a marriage with this person. You could have shared a home or a family or something with this other person. And that may be why you're really struggling to let go of it. I can understand that. And we have a lot of cards that are coming out here on their side. And in fact, this Three of Swords, which was your initial card, which the initial card is typically the strongest energy that's carried by whoever I'm reading for. Even this Three of Swords comes out on its side. And when a card comes out on its side for me as a reader. This tells me that this energy is changeable, or it's something that you haven't quite taken action on yet. These are just still kind of thoughts that you're processing in your mind. I have the Two of Swords in the reverse with the Six of Pentacles on its side. The issue here with the current relationship that you're in is it's been very unbalanced for a long time. There's been a lack of equal give and take. There's been a lack of reciprocity in some way. You could feel like you're always giving and never receiving, or that you're so depleted from whatever this relationship is that you don't feel like you have enough to give to other things in your life, that you are feeling like it's this energy of kind of like feeling like you're failing in a lot of ways because you simply don't have the energy, because this situation is taking so much of your time, so much of your emotional energy. With this Two of Swords in the reverse, for whatever reason, you're having a really hard time making a decision as to what direction you want to go in. It feels like on one hand, and this is what I mean with all these cards coming out on their side, it feels like in your mind you want to leave this situation behind, and in your mind it feels like you've kind of already done so. It's like you haven't taken the physical steps yet, Leo, as to what that will propel you forward in whatever way. Okay, now let us get another deck. I want to use this Star Power Tarot for our Leos here. I have the Death card on the bottom of the deck, which is the a very similar representation to this Ten of Swords. I said the Ten of Swords is the minor arcana of the Death card, and then we have the Death card right there. I'll just go ahead and take it out and put it right there. How about that? Let me give these a shuffle real quick, and let's clarify a little bit about this Three of Swords for Leo. And I've got the Two of Pentacles, goes with the Two of Pentacles. And then I've got the Sun card out for you, which is your card, and that goes in the upright position. I have the Nine of Wands that comes out on its side. I don't know what goes on in this current situation or dynamic that you're in, but it feels kind of unhealthy, if I'm being honest. It can feel kind of abusive, possibly, and there's this energy of understanding that if you remove yourself from this situation and you start to put up boundaries, it's probably going to free you to feel more and more like yourself as every day goes by, Leo. This is someone who feels like you have the Sun card. This is your card, right? That's you. And it goes right in the middle of your reading. This is someone who remembers who they are all of a sudden. And with this Two of Pentacles, this is somebody, and we have it twice out here, this is somebody who recognizes that the only person who can make their dreams become a reality is you. And that's true. It's 100% true. And the real kicker here is that you're in a tough spot. Otherwise, you would have left this situation some time ago. There's something that kind of keeps you hanging on here. But I think, and let's find out, what is it? I've got the Hermit out again. This is someone who takes they take their commitments very seriously. This is the card of Virgo. This is someone who you may be married to, you may have had a contract with in some way, maybe even a soul contract with, something like that, where you, and it's really taking a lot of your spiritual energy to manifest this change for yourself. You're someone who doesn't take their commitments lightly, and you want to make sure that you are right, not only with yourself and the way this is going to look in your life if you exit this situationship, but there's this feeling of wanting to make sure you're right with God, with a higher power in your life in some way. I feel like you're starting to put up some boundaries between yourself and this other person, and it feels like it's kind of a long time coming. There is this energy of sharing family memories or something with another person, and that's an awful lot of accumulation of baggage, and that's another reason why you're struggling to kind of remove yourself from this situation. I'm seeing like a lot of luggage. This is a lot that you would have to change in your life in order to create a possibility of a new way of being for yourself, Leo. I think you understand that. You've taken this seriously for a long time. You've given 110%, and you have, or 110% of yourself, I should at least say. I have this Seven of Cups though, which is someone who is, and it goes right under this Hermit energy. And it goes right on top of this Two of Swords in reverse energy, where one of the reasons why you're struggling to make a decision to fully exit this situation is because you're afraid that that you're making the wrong choice. There's this energy of not trusting yourself. And I think that's why you have the Hermit represented here twice, Leo. It's because you are starting to trust in a higher power. I see 111 on the clock across the room over there. This is someone who's starting to trust in a higher power, saying, I surrender to you my pathway. I surrender what comes next in this circumstance because I can't see beyond myself. This is someone who's not seeing themselves clearly in the mirror anymore. When they wake up in the morning, they barely recognize themselves. This is another thing that's propelling you towards making this change, Leo. And I have the Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. Here's the thing though, you aren't talking to the person that is the most important other side of this. Whoever else you're in this relationship with, this situationship with that you want to leave behind, you're not telling them this. And that's what's causing this stagnancy. I've got the Chariot in the reverse. The Chariot's the card of Cancer, but it's basically a very similar energy to the Six of Swords. They're both about physical movement. They can be both about emotional and mentally moving on, emotionally and mentally moving on from a situation. But with this Chariot in the reverse, you're not really sure how to do this. I think you feel like you have a spiritual commitment to this other person or other situation, and that's what keeps you stagnant. Also, I feel like you're a little bit underconfident in yourself, Leo, here, because it seems like whatever this situation or relationship is that you've been in for a while, it's caused kind of this degradation in your opinion or your view of yourself. There could be a lack of self-confidence here that's coming through. With this Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is someone who's not telling the truth about how they're feeling, and they are not they're just not expressing themselves. They're not talking to anyone also. I have the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who's afraid they're going to fail if they go off on their own. Now, Leo, I'm going to catch up with you guys next week and see how you round this out and see what you determine here. But with this Six of Wands in the reverse, this fear of failure, this fear of being on your own, this fear that other people are going to be upset with you for making these choices, that's simply not the case. When it comes to doing what's right for you, the people who truly love you will truly, truly love you, regardless of that choice, as long as it's authentic to you, as long as it's coming from a place of safety, it comes from a place of honesty and authenticity. Other people are going to support you if they are the people who are meant to be in your life. That's just the truth. The people who love you will always love you, Leo. And you are you're such a vibrant person typically. And this sun that comes out in the middle here, this is someone who remembers who they are all of a sudden. I think all of a sudden you're going to start wanting to reach out to other people for the first time in a long time. I think you're going to be excited to invite friends and family members that you have maybe kept at an arm's length for a little while. I think you're going to be excited to reintegrate them back into your life. And I think that this may be a pivotal week where you may start to make some choices, where you start to take some steps forward. All right, Leo, this was your reading for the week. I will catch up with you guys soon. Thank you again. And sorry I left you off the weeklies. I'll try not to do that ever again. Bye.